Hey guys, Lisa Zabaniak here from lifelikeyoumeanit.com, coming to you live to talk about another strategy to help you with beating imposter syndrome. So today, the NLP strategy that I'd like to talk about is that our energy goes, or flows rather, where our attention goes. So I know that there is actually a lot out there on this. There's a lot of cutesy posts and things with quotes and whatnot, but it's because it's so true. Wherever we're investing our energy is where our attention is going to go. Now, if you're not a believer in energy flowing and things like that, that's fine. Because really, if you just think of this in terms of your own physical attention, what your mind is going to narrow in and hone in on, right? If you look at it in those terms, then whatever it is you're giving a lot of attention to, whether it's your thoughts or your perception, or you're making assumptions about what other people think about you or saying about you, or things like that, they are all going to impact where your actual attention goes. So you'll just start running this whole kind of vicious cycle, right? So let's talk about an example. You say have to step out of your comfort zone, maybe at work, maybe with this whole working from home business, you've had to do a meeting on Zoom, or maybe you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, and you've had to shift something that you offer online, and whatever it is, it's brought you out of your comfort zone. And the first time that you did it, you naturally made some mistakes, right? You wouldn't expect to be great at it. I mean, the first time you picked up a pen, you couldn't, write beautiful calligraphy, could you? Right? You maybe now can't write beautiful calligraphy, right? It takes practice. It takes time. Everything does in life, right? To get things right. But for whatever reason, you put some expectations on yourself to run the perfect meeting or to offer the perfect thing for your clients, right? You're going to nail this. You put in so much effort for it. And the thing is, the people that are on the other side of this, they don't necessarily know any different. They maybe didn't even see the glitches or the mistakes. It's just stuff that isn't going exactly the way that you had planned it. So you notice it, right? You have the expectation. So you're the one that notices if it's not really matching up to that expectation. And here's the thing, when you focus on all of the things that went wrong or didn't quite go right, your brain doesn't really know how to categorize those differently from one another, right? So things not exactly going right is the exact same thing as everything went wrong, right? So when you're focusing on things went wrong and you start to dwell on that, you start to put a conscious effort into putting yourself down because of it, right? Making yourself live it over and over again. I wish I would have done that. Oh, if I only would have known that. Oh, how foolish did I look with this? Stuff that you can't control now. It's done. It's happened, right? You can't control it. But the fact that you continue to focus on it means that the next time that you go to move out of your comfort zone, your attention is going to narrow right in on that memory, right? So even when they don't have anything to do with one another, even when the next time you're outside of your comfort zone, it's something with your kids or your friends or something that's not work related, something that maybe isn't even a big deal if you were to get it wrong. To your brain, it's going to be a very big deal because you made it a very big deal the last time that you went out of your comfort zone and things didn't work out. And that means that you're going to be hypersensitive to whether or not things are turning out the way that you had planned, which again, if they don't, is the same thing for your brain saying, oh my God, I screwed it all up, right? So this starts to have a compounding effect on you. And next thing you know, you start just assuming that everything is going to go wrong the next time that you are put out of your comfort zone, because that's your perception of what happened the other times that you went out of your comfort zone. So that is maybe something that you already know. You're like, well, Lisa, duh, like that's kind of imposter syndrome. That's the whole problem that I face. I already know that. So, but what I'm trying to say is that if you just focus, try to really shift your focus. Notice when you are doing that sort of thing and you've honed in on the negative things or honed in on the things that you wish would have been a bit better, and catch yourself out and say, thank you, first of all, for seeing that in myself. There's always room for improvement. I'm happy that I have seen that. So that's different from putting yourself down for noticing that you are putting yourself down, right? So give yourself some congratulations, show some gratitude for having the ability to actually recognize, okay, you know what? I see myself starting to go down this rabbit hole, but I'm going to stop myself right here and I'm going to force myself to focus on something positive that happened when you put yourself out of your comfort zone. So if you're coming right off of that Zoom meeting or whatever it is that's happened, force yourself, and it really is forceful in the beginning because this is all about breaking habits, right? And your initial habit is going to be always to go to what sucked, right? To go to all the stuff that failed. So don't force yourself to find one thing that was positive in it. Even if it's just one is fine. And focus everything you've got on that. Remind yourself what it felt like, right? What did it feel like to have that positive thing happen? I'm going to go back to that. And each time you catch yourself sliding back into the what ifs, it's all right to say, I wish I would have done this a bit better because that allows for some improvement. But every time you notice that starts to slide you into that rabbit hole potential of the downward spiral and being really hard on yourself, that's when you say, okay, this is no longer constructive. I'm going to actually force myself to find the one positive, and I'm going to make sure that I hone in on that and I focus on that thing that is positive. Because what you're doing is starting to train your brain with something that was out of your comfort zone, with something that actually turned out all right. Right? The positive thing doesn't have to be some big miracle. We're just looking to step away from that whole feeling of I completely failed this. I screwed it all up. We're trying to move out of that and have some sort of connection between the something that is outside of your comfort zone and something you're nervous about and anxious about, and tie that in with you actually feeling something positive, and train yourself to put your energy flowing into what was positive out of that experience so that your attention focuses on that, connects that in your unconscious mind with the event itself and with the whole idea of going out of your comfort zone. And the next time that you go out of your comfort zone, that's the connection your brain is going to make. Sure, it's going to remember that things didn't go exactly according to plan, but it's going to focus on what you focused on that first time or that next time. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that was helpful today. This is our new series of strategies to help you with beating imposter syndrome. They are in a playlist both here on IGTV as well as over on my Facebook and my YouTube channel. So go and check them out. I hope that they are helpful. I'd love to hear back from you and see what's working for you and what you would like to hear more about. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.